Hi everybody, welcome back to the Sports Show. Cage, time to turn our attention to the Adelaide 36ers.
Are you happy with them at the moment, Smithy?
Well, I'm happy. I'm not playing on. I'm not coaching, mate, so it's all good for me.
All good?
Yeah, no, they're 2-2. It's been a bit of a rough start, but they've had some disruptions at the start of the year, so we thought we'd get the captain in.
Yep.
Brendan Tees, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks.
Mate, let's talk about the start of the year. It has been a bit disruptive. Well, it actually wasn't. Went to the Merlin Cup in Singapore. That went really well for you. Good experience?
Yeah, it was a great experience for us. Obviously, before we went, things were a little bit herky-jerky, but our time over there was great for bonding. We actually spent a lot of time in dorm rooms together, so we were playing cards, playing dominoes and stuff in the dorm room. So I think, above anything else, just the bonding experience we got was unreal.
But what about the start, 2-2, Brendan? Have you seen the start?
Look, I think we've been playing good basketball. Obviously, we've come up against Melbourne United a couple of times.
Yeah, twice.
And that's our 2 losses. So I think there'll be a bit of a powerhouse in the competition this year. To come up against them early, you know, we can kind of it kind of sets the bar for the rest of the season. So I think we're playing good basketball so far. We had a slip up the other night when we...
Yeah, what happened with the start?
Yeah.
20 points. Goodness gracious me.
Mate, he's trying to move on from it. It'd be good if you wouldn't bring it up.
Yeah, we're trying to move on from that one. We went through our video session. We saw there's a lot of things that we can fix up. So don't expect to see any beat downs like that in the coming weeks, that's for sure.
Hey, man, it has been a disruptive start once the season actually started. First import didn't quite work out. And send him home. Bring the second import in, plays his first game, then breaks his arm. So he's probably 8 weeks at best before he could play. So he's probably got to get replaced. But luckily got really good Australian content. So the disruption is there, but not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, and to add on to that, our import point guard actually went home over the weekend because he had an illness, a death in the family. Sorry, so.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, our imports have been all over the shop, but like you said, we've kept the core 8 Australians that we had from last year. And they've been doing a fantastic job throughout the off-season and leading into this year as well.
Mate, the 2 big names, obviously Mitch Creek and Sobey, spent time, well, Mitch was with the Australian team and Sobey went to Europe and played, then they jumped into the NBA Summer League, so they've rolled on a fair bit of basketball. So it's kind of, we were talking before we came on, that risk of injury, and Sobes is carrying a little one. Yeah. Mitch is okay at the moment. You just don't need either one of those 2 to break down right now. Yeah,
I'm hoping that they're both playing pretty good basketball, so I'm hoping that, you know, all that stuff they did in the off season doesn't come back to bite them in the bum. Like I said, they've been great so far, so if they can stay injury free, I'm sure they'll have a great season.
Mate, the responsibility of captain for you, mate. So you've been with Joey. Well, this is your 8th season with Joey, so you've got a fairly intimate knowledge of each other. How are you finding the captaincy? Yeah,
look, like you said, I think Joey and I are inside each other's heads, you know. I know what he's going to say before he even says it. I said to you before, sometimes I'm even out there coaching for him. So, look, we hold the same values. I think we both know what the team needs in terms of, you know, does someone need a pat on the bum? Does someone, you know, need a bit of a rev? So I think we're both on the same page with that, and that makes it a lot easier to, you know, stem that communication between the coach and the team.
How's the transition from our last captain to you taking over, Brendan? Has it been all right? Yeah,
it's been great. Good. I mean, obviously Creaky was captain for us last year. He's a great bloke, so he understands, you know, the reason behind it. Yeah. We had a little sit down and talk about it just to clear the air, but that went smoothly. There's been no hiccups so far, so everything's travelling well.
He's playing pretty well.
You know, when you talk about that, and Craig is a ripping bloke, when you've got to sit down, that first conversation you've got to have, because he's lost the captaincy, you've become the captain, is a little bit anxious. Is there an anxious, I mean, even though you know each other really well, that first couple of words, is it like, I hope this goes okay? Yeah,
there's a little bit of anxiety. Like I said, we didn't have that little sit down until about a week into training, so there was a little bit of uneasiness in the air, but I think Creaky actually approached me and said, like, look, I'm all for you being captain. And I said to him...
What did you say to him? This would be interesting.
I said to him, I said, just because you don't have the title anymore, you still need to do the exact same thing you're doing last year. So say what you want to say, do what you want to do, be the exact same person you were last year. The only difference is that you don't have the title anymore.
Yeah, leave training early, go home and feed your dogs. That's it. Hey, mate, Sydney this Saturday night is a massive game, and Sydney, of course, the injury to Kevin Lish, as disappointing as that is for everyone, it's kind of not a bad thing if you're a 36ers fan, but someone gets injured, someone steps up. What's the approach coming into the Sydney game?
Look, you can never be too happy when someone goes down, obviously. Obviously, it's a bad injury for them. And Joey always tells us, beware the wounded dog. Yep. So someone goes down, you'll often find someone, if not a few people, stepping up for them. So I don't think it'll be any easier without Lish. Obviously, it's one less person we have to worry about, but you can almost put your money on someone else stepping up.
All right, they look like they're a high-scoring team. They've tinkered a little bit from what they did last year.
Yeah.
So, and Adelaide love to run and score, so it's going to be a high-octane, entertaining game.
Yeah.
What are you expecting?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a high-octane game. Obviously, they've got Jason Cadee, Brad Newley, a couple of imports who just run the floor. They've got some horses, so they've recruited Todd Blanchfield, who can, shoot the three ball as good as anyone else in the competition. So, look, I think if we shut them down defensively, which is what we like to do, if we're getting in the lanes, up the court on defense, getting rebounds, that's the most important thing. If we can do those things, then we get to get out and run. We get to, throw the ball to Creaky, throw the ball to Sobes, to DJ, and then they're dunking it down the other end. That's
Our shooting has to be spot on.
I think for the first few games, our percentage has been the highest in the league.
Yeah.
So I think over the first 4 games, I think we're shooting over 50% from the field, which is unreal. So that stems from our defense.
Yep.
So like I just said, we're playing defense, rebounding and running. It's hard to miss more than 50% of your dunks and layups.
Beautiful.
So that's the game plan.
Mate, Randall left, MVP last year. A lot of people said when he went, the Sixers won't do any good because they've lost your best player. Almost looks like the team's playing better, the cohesion's better. So although there's a little bit of his razzle-dazzle gone, the unit actually looks better.
Yeah, well, we've got a whole bunch of guys who know how to play basketball. And I think guys are showing that this year, the likes of Anthony Drimmick. You've seen him step up a whole lot more than last year. But that's probably just because he's getting the ball more. It makes it hard when everyone on the court can make plays, which is what our team can do. Everyone on the court can make plays, and we're not focusing on that one person. That's hard to defend. If other teams are going into the game plan to how do we stop this person, which was Jerome last year, that's easy. Whereas now it's who are we going to guard? Are we going to guard Sober? Are we going to guard Creaky, DJ, Hodgie, Drimmick, Ramon?
So more
pick your poison.
Yeah. What about the team to beat? Is it the side that's beaten us twice this year already?
Yeah, look, I think Melbourne's going to be around the mark.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
We'll be around the mark.
We'll be around the mark, definitely.
Perth?
And then Perth will be up there as well. Perth's always around the mark. They've been in the finals for 31 years straight or something like that, so they're always around the mark.
All right, 5:30, you need to get down to Titanium Arena, get behind the 36ers. Brendan, appreciate you coming in,
Good luck,
mate.
Brendan.
Good luck for the rest of the season. Good luck on Saturday. Stay with us. Still, plenty to come on the show.